I am Doomsvince. This is day 45 of Spawn Year.
The jacket is impossible to see in the dark, so it was impossible to find until it wanted to be. It didn't reveal itself again until today, when Blood Feud number 4 came out of the open grave. The jacket got the jump on me, and managed to get its cuffs on the comic before I could. I tried to wrestle it away before it could do much damage, but in its agony-fueled rage it found a strength I didn't know it possessed. I didn't know a jean jacket could pack such a punch, especially without fists. I finally managed to incapacitate it, but not before it had freed the staples from the paper and shredded several pages. From beneath the largest Spawn action figure I could find, I hear its blood-curdling screams, and I try to write this entry as quickly as possible. This creature is only trying to protect itself, but so am I. The difference: it is harmless to all but the inanimate man-made objects of commercial entertainment that cause it pain. Its cries remind me that I am not so harmless. I suppose I'd better move on with today's critique. I've managed to piece the comic back together enough to read it completely. The difficulty I find with reviewing a story issue to issue like this is that you never know when you might criticize something that will be fully explained in the next issue and nullify your complaint. Although I still say Sangster could have been more calculating and intelligent in his approach to framing Spawn for murder so that it would never have led Sam and Twitch back to him, his motivations are made clearer here. In the past, if someone in a Spawn comic explained their extreme actions with "because I can" or something like it, that's all you get. That often passes for an explanation in this world. But more gives us more, and it's satisfying enough. Sangster really wants to rule the streets of Hong Kong in 2070 as the next Dracula. The original is apparently dead, and he turns everyone in New York against Spawn and Violator as a test run. Even with his cover blown, he believes he can kill Sam and Spawn, and hopes Twitch doesn't recover from his injuries, Twitch who is in the hospital, and blame everything on Spawn again. It's a crazy plan, but more inventive than a lot of the other enemies we've met so far, and I like that he's got a bit of personality. I also appreciate that Moore explains why Sangster doesn't drain these bodies. It's for sanitary reasons. He says too many vampires got AIDS in the 80s, so he uses blood banks to avoid risking his health. That's clever and a good commentary on the modern state of medicine, these new problems vampires wouldn't have had to worry about in time past. I do think he could have come up with an artificial method of extracting their blood so it would look like the work of a vampire, since that was the discrepancy that put Sam and Twitch on his trail in the first place. I really like that Sangster isn't defeated in some easy 11th hour battle Spawn only wins because the mini is over. Sangster has been compromised enough to leave New York, even while it probably won't affect his long-term goals. Why 2070? What is he going to do between now and then? Sangster has learned what he wanted to, and ruining Spawn's reputation and seeing all his friends turn on him is the icing on the cake. Sangster ruins monsters to be the top monster, and he's getting very good at it. This story began with Spawn thinking his costume was his enemy, resisting the creature that made his resurrection possible. It ends with Spawn retrieving his costume and fully embracing it, realizing he needs it, and that since he's come back from the dead, Letha is the only one that has really been there for him. There's something morbidly sweet about how the costume forgives Spawn, despite his attempt at throwing it away, and the comic ends with Spawn returning to the ocean to leave behind everyone who hates and fears and misunderstands him. And this time I completely understand his decision to hide himself away and do nothing. Before, his goal was to get his life back, somehow, and now he feels like there's nothing on Earth left for him, so he accepts his fate. Appropriately, the final words of the issue are, "Welcome to the night." Unfortunately, I can't just leave this existence behind like Spawn. There really is something for me left in my real life if I can ever get back there. I hate myself for what I am about to do, but I don't see that I have a choice. This is what Doomsvince wants, to force me to compromise my humanity to get back home. For all I know, nothing here is real, and I would be foolish not to kill the imaginary creature so I can finish my task. All the same, I'm going to hate myself for this, and I hope my jacket will forgive me. I'm sorry.